Are you ready to create a life you crave? Let's spin that doom loop of negativity into an upward success cycle and start living lucky.
Good morning!
I'm Jana.
I'm Jason.
And we are living lucky. I hope you are too. That means we feel grateful, we feel blessed, and we're just happy to be here.
And I feel chosen.
Well, good for you. I choose you.
It's one of my favorite days of the week.
As always. As always. Today we're talking about capabilities versus opportunities.
Yes.
You're like, that's a lot of ease.
It's
Jason, take it away.
Well, there's so many opportunities in the world. Mm-hmm. And sometimes we just don't feel like we have the capabilities to fulfill the opportunity that we might want to step into.
Or is it that we don't know about all the opportunities?
There's a huge area of opportunities that we have no idea about.
There's a gap. Everyone always talks about the gap.
There
They're like,
gap.
There's a gap. They're referring to your budget.
Right?
There's like all your
So there's an
wants
opportunity
and needs.
gap and capability gap right there.
Yes.
So there's always an opportunity gap and a capability gap. So you might have opportunities that are here and your capabilities are here. And it's about figuring out where those capabilities are and what the opportunities are, putting yourself in a position to where you can recognize more opportunities, and then also how you can grow your capabilities.
Because we don't know what we don't know, and what we don't know
makes us broke or keeps us broke.
Right? That is so true.
And you can be as happy as you want to be where you are.
No,
but most of us want to be growing.
We're happily ignorant is what we are.
I want to treat my life like I'm a plant.
Because we don't know any better.
Like I'm an oak tree. I want to continuously grow. I want to continuously make myself better. And you have to do that by sometimes changing your pot.
Now, here's the thing. It's not only in our finances. We're using money as an example, but it's also in our relationships.
It's in our relationship, careers. It's our friend circle. It's everywhere.
We don't know what we don't know. So sometimes we get stagnant in the way our marriage is. Let's just use marriage as an example. No, don't step out on your marriage. That is bad advice. Rewind that.
I was kidding.
Because somebody is going to hear that and they're going to misinterpret what you're
saying.
saying.
That is not what you do. But so many people do that.
We get habitual. We get in these routines and we think this is the way it's supposed to be.
You just get stagnant. You stay.
People fall out of love. Marriage is supposed to be hard.
You lose passion. You lose.
This is just the way it is. That's what we've been taught. This is the way I was raised, right?
Yeah.
Like we get conditioned.
You fall out. So they say you're out of your honeymoon period. Who says you have to be out of a honeymoon period?
These are limiting beliefs. That's what they are. And we don't know what we don't know because we haven't been exposed to thinking differently. We haven't been exposed to what's possible. And if we don't know what's possible, we don't even have the capabilities of imagining the possibilities. Is any of this resonating?
And if you're not putting yourself in a position with other people who think differently,
yes,
your imagination gets limited by your own experience of what your imagination is.
Okay, so that's such a good point because so many times we are attracted to people who are like us, who think like us. All of our friends, we start to have the same political views. We start to have the same
complaints,
outlooks on life, the same perspective. Many times we have the same or similar backgrounds. We have similar economic status. Economic
is right.
The same
financial status, educational,
socio status.
Yeah.
Like we kind of get into these circles of people who are similar to us. In fact, many people refer to it as, I'm looking for my tribe. I'm looking for my tribe of people. Well, when you do that, then all of a sudden you become very similar.
It's homogenous.
And homogenous to everyone like you. The problem with that, even though it feels comforting and it feels like, oh my gosh, this is great. We're all alike and we all fit in and we're so accepting of one another. The problem with that is that we lose sight of what is possible, and therefore we're not always digging in to our potential.
Ooh, rewind that.
We're not always digging into our potential
because you don't expand your boundaries. That's the saying that variety is the spice of life. Diversity is the spice of life. It couldn't be truer, because you have to have those different trains of thoughts, those different mindsets. That's why when we started putting ourselves in different rooms, when we started reaching out to different coaches, different mentors that just thought differently
masterminds
than we did, and we're like,
we had no idea.
I don't know
we
why
didn't
I'm
realize
here.
that we had become those negative people. We thought we were the most inspirational, positive people on the planet. What we didn't realize,
and doing life well.
We did. We thought we were like, yeah, we got this. Like, this is cake. But at the same time, it felt like something was missing deep down. And then as we started to expand our horizons and get around people, we realized that complaining was just us. And we realized
not just us, but it was the norm in where we were.
And when we started to expand and get around some of these international communities where no matter what was said, Jason and I would be like, yeah, that speaker was kind of, we would be kind of not making fun, but yeah, we were making fun. We were those people, and everyone else was like, oh my gosh, they just offered such light and beauty.
Could you see how this could be applied to this and this and this?
And next thing you know, we were seeing things a little differently. Like, oh my gosh, we've become a little bit of a negative Nancy. Not that you're negative, Nancy.
No offense, Nancy.
That's just a saying. Good morning, Brenda. Good morning, Marilyn. Oh my gosh. Yes. So when you start seeing things differently, when you start being around different people, it just gives you different ideas, a different way of looking at things. And all of a sudden you realize, oh my gosh, my capabilities could be so much larger and grander and bigger, and my opportunities are abundant and endless.
And you will inherently just pick up new opportunities and grow your capabilities by thinking differently and by being around different people. I mean, it's just gonna happen.
Yes.
You have no opportunity but to grow when you surround yourself with people that have already grown, because they're going to rub off. You do become a product of the people that you hang around the most.
Yeah, Jim Rohn is infamous now. He's really infamous because every conference you go to, it feels like they start out by saying, you become the average of the 5 people you hang out with most, right? They say that. You become the average. Well, I like to turn that around, and I like to say, am I showing up as my best self? And are the 5 people that are around me, am I rubbing off on them?
Am I bringing them up?
Am I lifting them up? At that same point, though, you don't want to be the tallest flower in the room.
Well, you need to have other rooms too.
You need to have other rooms. So yes, if you are the tallest flower in one room, you need to go to bigger gardens.
Yeah.
Listen to me making up.
They need farmer. I knew we got that farm for a reason.
Oh my goodness. All right, so let me read a few of the comments. Sheila says, Amanda is spending time with Holly in Melbourne before she flies away. Oh, Sheila is saying goodbye to her baby. Her baby is moving to Alaska. So we are sending prayers to you. Good morning, David and Julin. Julin says, hi this morning. The world's biggest complaint. Ooh, I just lost the comment.
I'm not happy, I think. I think I saw that. I left because I wasn't happy.
I left because I wasn't happy. sometimes happiness is a choice, right? And sometimes we just need to learn to find the happy in what we
And
have.
Jessica says, reach up, not across.
Oh,
Yeah, so
that's such great advice.
we should always have a group that we're learning from, a group that we're applying in, and a group that we're teaching to.
So let's recap real quickly. We have opportunities versus capabilities, and there is a gap. There's a gap between the two. We don't know what we don't know, and what we don't know is holding us back. And Jason and I know this firsthand because when we got ready to start our business, how many people did we go to for advice in website, in advertising, in branding, in marketing, in digital, in optimization, in copywriting? I mean, all of these things,
trademarking,
in technical stuff, podcasting, YouTubing,
business planning.
We had to learn so many things. We are still learning so many things, but we would go to these people and we didn't know what we didn't know. So you don't even know what questions to ask. I mean, I didn't even know how to set up a business. I didn't even know what an FEIN number was.
Or an LLC.
Or an LLC. I was like, huh?
How do you do that? And everybody's like, oh, it's so easy. Just set up your LLC, do this, do that. And we're like, it's so easy. Just set up your LLC. Okay. Do I set that up with my Lego set? It sounds silly, but if you don't know what you don't know, you don't know what to ask. You're done. You're just doing it blind.
And then they would say, "Oh, well, you're going to need a business account."
And then you get 100 emails
you're going to need Quicken so that you can keep your business expenses over here, and you're going to need your personal expenses over here.
Everything separate.
And then you're going to need a Calendly so that you have a way to make appointments.
And where does the business get its startup money from?
And I'm like, I have no idea how any of this works.
And how do we get paid back for that?
And then when they start talking about ClickFunnels and landing pages.
Oh, easy. Just set up your landing page.
It just goes, woo. You know what I'm saying? And you literally go, you don't know what you don't know until you get started, right? Yeah. And so it's the same way we kind of get into our own little worlds. It's like the Truman Show. You get into your own little world and you think, oh, this is my life. This is the way it's supposed to be. And it's not until you break out that you go, oh my gosh, I was in a bubble.
And even with the people that we were engaged with, because we still tried to do a lot of it on our own, like if you were in our first Love Yourself Challenge,
you got all your money back.
all your money back. And we started getting calls because we're like, is our money not good for you? Well, your money was perfect for us, but we set the thing up wrong and it refunded everybody because we didn't have the two accounts, the personal and business accounts separated correctly.
We had 56 people in our first workshop, our first online workshop.
That hurt.
And they refunded everyone's money. And I'm like, oh my gosh.
And it was embarrassing, but it's a lesson that we learned.
It is.
So if
you don't know what you don't know.
And if you want to move faster, if you want to learn what you don't know and you want to grow and get into those opportunities and increase your capabilities, you have to get into different rooms. That's why we do masterminds. That's why we just value coaching so much. Because it's the questions that you ask in life. And if you don't know the questions, coaches,
you almost feel foolish.
Get the questions
You're
over
like,
and over.
Wait a minute. I could have been doing this all along. How come nobody told me? And then they go, you didn't ask. We thought you already knew. What? We thought you already knew. You look like you've got it all together. I do.
And that's how life is.
I don't. I don't have it all together.
That's exactly how life is. We look at other people and it looks like they have everything together. And most people are going through life just trying to get through each day. And they're doing the same thing over and over again. But from other people's perspective, it looks like they have all their crap together. And we know our own personal story. And we think, why does it look like their life is so together? Why do they look like they're getting all the opportunities and my capabilities are so low?
All right. If any of this resonated with you, please give us a thumb up.
Happy anniversary, Jeff.
Give us a thumb up.
Yeah, give us a thumb up. Give us a share.
Oh, it's Jeff's anniversary. Happy anniversary.
Happy anniversary.
Excuse us if we sing
Sing
off key.
Excuse us if we sing off key.
Sound off.
1, 2,
Sound off.
3, 4.
Bring it on down.
1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2,
3, 4. Happy anniversary.
anniversary,
Thanks, guys. We'll be back tomorrow. You don't know what you don't know.
That was your free bananagram.
Keep asking questions if you'd like one. Just ask. Bye, guys. If the idea of living lucky appeals to you, visit us at startlivinglucky.com.